After spending a few days in this beautiful country, it's not hard to see why it's called the land of fire and ice. This small island is home to crystal blue ice caves, geothermal marvels, black sand beaches, hidden hot springs, thundering waterfalls, and if you're lucky, even some lava sightings. Traveling around Iceland will make you feel like you're on another planet. This week, Nina and I are back to van life, joined by two of our friends, Carla and Justin, to show you how to drive Iceland's iconic Ring Road. We will be spending the first 4 days on the more popular southern side of the island, with the next 4 days driving the northern side in part 2. So buckle up and get ready for how to spend 8 days on an epic road trip around Iceland. Travel day was a total of 20 hours. We first took a short flight from Jackson, Wyoming to Salt Lake, Utah, before flying 4 hours over to JFK Airport in New York, where we had a 7-hour layover.
We pretty much haven't eaten all day, and I had every intention of being very productive on this 7-hour layover, but we're in the new Chase Sapphire Lounge, and they have all this free food, so I'm not getting anything done. This is the best layover ever.
After scrambling to iron out some details about our trip, it was time for our 6-hour flight to Reykjavík, Iceland.
Last flight.
8 now.
Since we landed first thing in the morning, it meant we had a whole day ahead of us.
Good morning from Reykjavík, Iceland. It's 9 a.m. We just landed a few minutes ago. We are waiting for our bags at baggage claim because they got taken on our second flight because there wasn't enough storage. But today will be pretty mellow. We're just picking up our camper van and going to the Blue Lagoon.
One big tip that we wanted to give y'all is that if you're renting a car or van in Iceland, make sure to check if they have a leftovers shelf to see if there are any goods that were donated from previous renters.
Quick tour of our little camper van. We got the Go Big camper. That's just a normal car. And then we have little bunk beds, which is so fun. So this will convert to a bed. We got a fridge. We got stove, dishes, and really that's all there is to it.
One of our favorite add-ons we got with our van rental was a mobile hotspot. Being able to research and get directions whenever we needed was a lifesaver when navigating a new country. On our way to Blue Lagoon, we made sure to grab some food at what would quickly become my favorite grocery store, Bonus.
Thank you, I do need the monies.
I am so excited for these guys.
As we got close to Blue Lagoon, we noticed some smoke in the distance.
Definitely a factory. Dang, look at all that black rock.
Oh, I think this is where the volcano went over the road. Oh, yeah.
What? You can see the heat coming out. This is the Blue Lagoon. This is hilarious. Scenic Iceland for sure, dude.
By now, we were beginning to wonder if this was a tourist trap. We checked in and got changed in the locker room before going to explore the facility.
Some tourist attractions are tourist traps. Others are worth the hype. Our personal opinion, Blue Lagoon is worth the hype.
This was probably one of the better decisions we've made.
The sauna was nice.
The steam room is really echoey.
We need a whole bunch.
There is cold mint.
I need to get drinking water, but first, let's do masks.
Okay.
Silica mud mask, 10 minutes. Mask it up. I've never put a mask on.
Can you put it in your mouth?
Got it. I got it.
Oh yeah, nice.
Cracking. Ooh, the cold feels nice. It also tastes kind of good. Thanks. Just sneak in my water.
Oh yes.
A few tips for your visit to the Blue Lagoon. Number one, bring sunglasses.
Justin and I are heading back to the car right now because we need sunglasses.
The bright color of the water and the white steam is really harsh on your eyes. I think this is a perfect way to decompress post 20-hour travel day. Because this is such an iconic spot, everyone's got phones out. I mean, we've got a big camera out right now. So I highly recommend take your photos, take your videos, but then go put them away in your locker and enjoy this experience without phones, without technology. And on that note, we're just gonna go enjoy our experience here. So we are going to pick up the vlog later tonight when we're at our campsite. See ya! And Jay's driving now on the lava road. Gotta love lava.
I just discovered the coolest thing of all time. I'm airing out my feet from the lagoon.
Okay, we just arrived at our first campsite. We've got Justin and Carla out there on dinner, Jay on relaxing, and I am trying to get organized and put away some stuff. Fitting 4 people's luggage and belongings organized into this van is kind of a challenge.
We took the rest of the evening to explore the local parks before waking up the next morning to discover that we were the last ones left at the campsite.
Our alarm went off at 5, but we thought, jet lag, let's maybe go back to sleep for a little while. And we woke up 5 hours after that.
So now I feel like I have to clean to make up for my sleep.
Lost productivity.
We then made a quick breakfast and swung by the grocery store where we made a few interesting discoveries. Oh, boy. That was totally on that other dude for getting on the inside lane.
The inside has the right of way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, reading online.
The first was seeing lots of people in kilts. Then we found one of our all-time favorite international drinks.
They knew we were coming. This is my favorite grocery store. If you followed us in Europe, we had lemon soda every day in Italy. And US lemon soda just doesn't hit the same.
Turn left. You will arrive at your destination.
It's morning number 1 in Iceland. We've parked our van in this very scenic spot and we're gonna go check out Seljandsfoss. That's my best attempt at what it's called. We heard also that you're supposed to hike a little farther than everyone else goes, so we're gonna try to do that. We were not on the sunrise program this morning because we slept too much. We are here like at 2 p.m. and it's pretty busy. Also, everyone walking under this waterfall comes out the other side just like soaking wet. So we are gonna do it, but we're gonna do it at the very end so we can go back to the van and get warm.
So this little cavern cave thing doesn't look that crazy, but you should definitely walk back in there. Your shoes might get a little wet because there's a super cool waterfall and you can see the sky. Just look at the footage, it's great.
Walk under the waterfall. Gotta make sure not to get in the truck. Got a rainbow in the water, it's so pretty. Beautiful. Look at it. Oh, I can spring.
Nina and I have learned that it's always important to budget extra time for spontaneous side quests on trips. In this case, we pulled off to explore a little house built into the side of a mountain. I think it was most likely used as an animal barn. Someone please enlighten us in the comments.
That is crazy.
The next stop was Skogafoss. To get to the top involved enough stairs to get you breathing hard, and to no surprise, the view from the top was totally worth it.
For the most part, I didn't have a big plan coming into this trip, but I knew the one campsite I definitely wanted to sleep at was the Skogafoss campsite, which is at the base of that big famous waterfall. And now we're on a little 5-mile waterfall scenic hike.
You're a waterfall, which would be this one, Fjaðrárgljúfur. I feel confident in that pronunciation. Well, there's no accents, that's why. There's no...
We just took the stairs up from Skogafoss and we hiked about 2.5 miles back. And there's a lot of other waterfalls back here that are definitely worth checking out if you have the time.
It's about time we get this man the mic. Look at this place. What I'm seeing here is a lot of different waterfalls, a lot of rocks, and a lot of this mossy material. Very interesting, but also very bland.
We are now at Skogafoss, which is one of the most famous waterfalls in Iceland. And we got here around 5:30 and went for the hike up behind the waterfall. So now it's 7:30 and there are way less people here. So highly recommend coming early in the morning or later in the evening.
Camp table is too expensive.
All the snacks.
We gotta sample them all, and then we gotta rank them all.
Welcome to Justin and Carla's food ranking syndicate show. We have sea salt and licorice white chocolate. Nice packaging.
Tastes terrible.
Our second contender, also black licorice. These are all like F.
This is none too hot. I think they're disgusting.
I think they're pretty okay. Moving on, some of the better contenders here. We have digestibles, not Icelandic necessarily, very delicious. Ranked first, we have
Beltvorfler. Ooh, that actually sounded pretty good.
Many of these things came from the grocery store. 3 of these we found on the side of the road in a paper bag. We ended the night with some cars before bed, and in the morning, Carla and Justin went for a run, while Nina and I went to go check out Skogafoss one last time.
8:25 a.m. and no one is out here, which is awesome. So camping here is definitely the move.
Once Carla and Justin got back, we began our drive to our next stop.
All right, it's day 3 in Iceland. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea how to say the name of the beach that we're at right now, but it's the famous one with all the basalt columns. And then on this side, it has an arch. So it's cool. It's pretty easily accessible. So there's a lot of people here, but it is still a good sight to see.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a tourist trap. Ooh. That does not look good. Danger. Sneaker waves.
It's danger.
Don't back up towards the waves. Don't do that. Never turn your back to the waves. Jay's been doing it all morning. You're gonna get sucked away.
At first, I thought all the signs about the waves were funny, but the more I saw how violent the water was, it makes sense why they have to make such a big deal about it. Riley hates the ocean.
I'm terrified of the ocean. My knees are shaky just standing here.
I had never seen black sand like this before. It's pretty crazy to think that these basalt columns are formed when hot lava cools and solidifies. This causes it to crack into the incredible hexagonal shapes that you see here. Oh, mountain goat lady. Good job, Nina. It was no shock that with such a good picture spot, it can get really busy with people. But we found that if you walk just a little bit further down the beach, it becomes much more enjoyable. So appropriate because Island boy. This is actually how the country is spelled, Island, like Iceland. So I got several goals. I want to touch a glacier.
I want to see the Northern Lights.
I want to find a remote hot springs. Oh, I want to pet a sheep. I want to pet a sheep, yes.
I always capture the bird content.
But instead of continuing down the ring road, we actually doubled back. It just happened to work out that we got to stay a night at the epic Panorama Glass Lodge.
Justin wants it. Justin wants it.
Oh, they know, dude. Here, you want to get a little bread guy out?
Bread for the boys.
They know, dude.
Do you like it? Tell you what, you each get one more.
They're bending the fence. They want it so bad.
You scare me. How did you give it to me?
I'll show you how it's done. They don't go in with the teeth. They just go in with the lips. You got this, Neen. You got this. See?
Our camper van guy told us the horses don't like carrots, they like bread.
The drive was making us all a little sleepy, so we stopped for some diesel and coffee.
Sugar piano.
But before we left, we couldn't help but notice an interesting park in the distance. As we got closer, we discovered that it was a trampoline. In all of our travels, we have always been so impressed with how fun all the European parks are.
Don't break your neck in Iceland. So we were just in the park jumping on the trampoline, and someone approached us and said, hey, we're having coffee and waffles inside the banquet hall if you guys want to join. And here we are. Apparently it's a first day of summer celebration, and they were so kind to just include us in on it. You see, these waffles look so good. I have to volunteer if they make us give a speech.
It was both an honor and a privilege to be welcomed into their cultural heritage. Understandably though, all of their presentations were in Icelandic. Fortunately, there was a kind lady that came over to help translate for us. But after a while, we figured it was probably time for us to get back on the road. By now, we were all getting eager to spend time at one of our most anticipated spots on the trip, the Panorama Glass Lodge.
Welcome to Iceland's Panorama Glass Lodge. This is by far the coolest place we have ever stayed, so I'm so excited to show you guys. We are staying at the Alva Lodge in South Iceland, and this spot is perfect for the winter's northern lights or the summer's midnight sun. It's super private. They have these hills and walls so no one can see into your lodge. Right out here, we have our own private jacuzzi, as well as these awesome lodges. Once you come in the door, you'll see a fully stocked kitchen. Through here's the bathroom with heated floors and a heated towel rack, and it feels amazing. Here is the iconic view of the mountains, the river, and a super comfy bed. We're hoping we see the northern lights tonight, but even if not, it will be incredible to watch sunset, sunrise, and see the stars from here.
I think it's gonna be the best night ever.
Right down this pathway, I'll take you down there. We have a sauna that we can use with views just as incredible as this. Gorgeous.
Once the sun finally set, it was time for us to snuggle up and hope for the northern lights. And despite not seeing the aurora borealis, we got to wake up to a beautiful sunrise. The only downside to sleeping in a glass lodge is that it lets in lots of natural light, making it hard to sleep in, which is why they provide you some awesome eye covers in the case that you did want some extra sleep.
Good morning from the Panorama Glass Lodge. We've got sunrise this morning, but the coffee is good and the views are great.
As if leaving wasn't hard enough, the road we drove turned out to be under construction and made for a very bumpy and memorable ride.
This is the low of the trip.
From here, we had to drive back past Skogafoss and the Black Sand Beach to reach the Vatna Glacier.
We have a glacier hike this afternoon, but there's this canyon on the way, and we wanted to stop, so we're power walking up the hill because we only have 10 minutes here. We have 5 minutes to see whatever's up here.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Is it everything you ever dreamed? Best experience of the trip?
And with that quick glance, we needed to hustle back to the van. One of the reasons we chose to come to Iceland in April was because we could still visit the ice caves, which has been on Nina's bucket list since middle school. To make this happen, we booked an awesome tour with Get Your Guide, which we will leave a link to in the description. Once we got all geared up, we loaded up for a short shuttle ride to the foot of the glacier.
Sitting varsity, baby.
The Vatna Glacier is so big that it covers about 10% of the country, which means that it can be seen from space. The approach was a quick 20-minute hike. Our guide did an awesome job allowing it to be quiet as we took in all the beauty around us.
got this.
You just get to lap it up.
3 more years of life.
All right, where are you going?
We're going to China.
We are just wrapping up our glacier tour and it was really, really cool.
Highlights from the tour were definitely drinking the glacial water. They said it's some of the purest water you'll ever drink. It doesn't even have minerals, and definitely the ice caves. Just the lights and looking at that pure ice. I felt like I was in Ice Age and was gonna see some frozen thing just stuck in there.
Whoa, look at this.
This is the ocean.
Whoa. Wow.
This ice lagoon sits right at the foot of the Vatnajökull Glacier. From here, the ice will float out to sea and then wash up on what is known as Diamond Beach. Unfortunately, when we were there, we didn't actually see any of them on the beach, but they were still incredible out in the lagoon.
We're about halfway through our Iceland road trip, and we honestly haven't made that much progress on the Ring Road. There's just been so much to stop at and see. So we are trying to do a bit more driving and make some progress today. We just pulled off at the Glacial Lagoon, and it is beautiful. I feel like we might get stuck here tonight and just stay as long as we possibly can.
I will say that the sun is crucial at this spot. Without it, the glaciers don't quite shine or sparkle like they do in the sunlight. Since the clouds came over, we decided to hang out and cook dinner while we waited and hoped for a clearing in the sky. Look how blue that iceberg is.
He's a lot closer than the phone.
Oh, I did not get that before. Oh, I got such a good video of that. Good job, buddy. That was hilarious. Do that again, bro. That was so funny. Just did a little hoppy. Oh. That was so funny. Oh, I got such a good video of that.
Oh, you did get it. Nice. Oh my gosh. They're having so much fun.
They're having so much fun.
And now we've got 3 more over here.
I'm gonna be honest, before this trip, when I saw photos and videos of the Glacial Lagoon, I never thought it looked that cool. I was like, oh yeah, we'll stop if we have time, but like, it doesn't look that cool. I just don't think photos and videos could ever do this place justice, because it's incredible. Coming from someone who didn't think it looked very cool, especially at sunset right now, but even not at sunset, it's just stunning. Maybe my favorite place we've seen in Iceland so far, which is huge because I didn't even really want to stop here.
With how long the days are here in the spring, you get to enjoy the sunset for hours.
It's 12:45 a.m. Jay woke us up to the sound of police sirens because the northern lights are out. So currently it's far from the super bright, super defined northern lights that you see in photos, but still the northern lights, which for us is a first.
And with that, we're going to end part 1 of our Iceland Ring Road road trip. It's pretty wild to think that all of these locations are within 256 miles on the southern coast. Follow along as we complete the remaining 684 miles around the northern side of Iceland in part 2. Thanks again for watching. Make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, as well as follow us on Instagram. We hope you have the best day ever, and we will see you in the next episode.
Are you walking or no? That looks terrible. Walk slow.
Good morning, Iceland.
Morning.
Is it everything you ever dreamed? Best experience of the trip? No.